Hi, my name is Charlie and I am a licensed midwife and clinical herbalist. I graduated from Vassar University with a master's in midwifery this past July, and I am currently in the early stages of establishing a home birth midwifery practice in the California East Bay area. And that's where I was born and raised. Can you guys hang on a second? I'm trying to win $50,000 here. So anyways, California midwives are licensed by the medical board, which is the same board that licenses physicians, and can practice autonomously without physician supervision. We are the experts of normal, low-risk physiological birth. In fact, 85% of people are considered low risk and are safe to birth out of hospital with licensed midwives. We are constantly engaging in risk assessment as well to ensure our clients stay low risk, and we consult and transfer as needed. My workday can vary in so many ways. Some days I am planted on the couch, finishing up charting, sharing content and marketing via social media, doing billing, taking continuing education courses, filing birth certificates, inputting labs and ultrasound, etc. Other days are spent driving and doing home visits, where I meet families in their homes and conduct prenatal, postpartum, and lactation visits. During these visits, depending on the type, I'm doing things like taking and assessing vitals, drawing labs, saying hi to the baby, and I also use a handheld Doppler to listen to the baby's heartbeat. Sometimes I'm doing cervical checks, I'm counseling, charting, conducting newborn screens and tests, I'm assisting with nursing, and a multitude of other things depending on what's going on with my client. And then on those days when someone's in labor, I'm attending a birth, or sometimes if it's a crazy day, more than one, even though that's a little less likely. My future plans involve expanding my practice to include lactation services. At this time, I'm currently in the process of becoming a lactation consultant, as well as herbal medicine, which I specialized in during my program. One day I hope to establish a birth and wellness center and herbal apothecary in the Bay Area, ideally employing a collective of practitioners who offer a variety of valuable healthcare services. And one day, when my adrenals can no longer handle the 24/7 on-call lifestyle and occasional 3 days with no sleep, I hope to teach health and/or sex education at the high school level and maybe even write a book if I feel up to it. I chose this profession because I'm ridiculously passionate about birthing people having autonomy over their bodies and their childbirth experiences. I want them to feel empowered, safe, educated, and capable. Birth is not an emergency like the US treats it. Our bodies are made for it. And I think that increasing knowledge and access to midwifery services is essential to improving outcomes for birthing people and their babies, especially for people of color who face various health disparities due to systemic racism. And other countries primarily use midwives for their births, but in California, only about 1% of births occur at home with us. By increasing awareness and access to out-of-hospital birth within our communities, I believe that myself and other midwives can play a role in improving maternity health care outcomes, as well as just a family's experience of pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. So many people have traumatic birth experiences or don't have the support they need, either in pregnancy or afterwards. And with the recent pandemic, more people have been turning to out-of-hospital birth, so having more midwives and increasing access to them across the US is imperative. In 5 years, I hope to be serving more families as my business grows and expands, and I'd love the opportunity to speak at high schools and universities about out-of-hospital birth to both increase awareness and to inspire young people to consider how they can shape our current healthcare system and improve it. In 10 years, I'd love to have the financial ability to begin offering pro bono services, specifically for marginalized communities who don't have access to midwifery care otherwise. And in 15 years, perhaps I will have taken on another midwife to collaborate with at that point, who will hopefully help me expand my availability and ideally increase the quality of care and services that the practice is able to provide. I'd say that I'm most inspired by the families I work with and the other professionals that I work beside. Midwifery is not at all for the faint of heart and is easily one of the hardest professions out there. And there have been many times where I've questioned whether or not I could do it or whether or not this path was right for me. But here I am doing it, and whenever I see those sweet babies born into their family's arms, I am reminded why I do this work, and my heart is full.